Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags and welcome back to episode number 8 of the Tudor style house Let's Build here on Xbox One using the default texture pack. Guys, today is going to be the last episode of this Let's Build. We have a completed exterior on this house. It is done. So all the walls on the exterior have been closed off. We've added 2 chimneys, a back porch, lots of windows. I really love the way that the exterior turned out. So today's video is going to be all about just kind of cleaning things up and getting this thing ready to be toured. So keep in mind, this is going to be a little bit different from previous Let's Builds, especially on this world, specifically the one across the street where I did most of the interior and landscaping on camera as well. This is going to be a little bit different for this house. I was just focusing on the exterior. I'm going to be doing a large majority of the landscaping as well as the interior off camera. So today is going to be kind of like a preview for that. And then the next time you guys see this house, it'll be a tour with a full landscape, a full interior, and everything completely finished. I just don't want to do more landscaping and interior on video since we just finished a Let's Build where I did a ton of that. So I don't want to do that multiple times. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started today. First thing I'm going to do is just finish all the walls, get all of the walls filled in on the first and second floor, get it all finished up. One thing I was looking at this, and I think I'm going to decide ultimately to remove the stair designs here and kind of just get rid of that and replace it with some brown terracotta blocks. So we'll do 2 brown terracotta blocks and 2 brown concrete blocks, and that will be our wall designs for this house instead of using the stairs. I'm going to keep the logs though throughout because I think those look pretty good, but I think it's just a little bit too complicated to try to fit in all these things, especially because it's just the way it turns around walls and things like that. So I think it'll be a little bit cleaner if I just do full blocks throughout, and hopefully that will make it look a little bit better as well. But thank you guys for the support on this Let's Build. Like I said, this is the last episode today, so we're wrapping things up. We're putting the finishing touches on this series. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of an easy series though, right? We didn't really have a lot of challenges with this build. It kind of just came together pretty much exactly the way I wanted it first try on most things, and it's always good when things turn out like that because it's definitely not always like that. Sometimes some builds are easier than others, and this one was smooth sailing throughout, so I'm happy with the way it turned out, especially on the exterior. Alright, so let's see, we have to take this wall. This is going to be, or this, I guess, lining of blocks, this is going to be the ceiling for the first level. So let's just get this filled in, kind of get all this stuff. We're going to get the entire interior opened or closed off today, I guess. So no real furnishing probably. Maybe one room, seeing how fast I work. But my goal is, right now it's just kind of like a skeleton in here. So we're going to get like all of the meat on those bones today, for lack of a better term, I guess. So we're going to get all the ceilings filled in, all the walls filled in, get all the floors in place where we need them to be. And that includes putting signs down so we know what every room is going to be in every part of the house. And just making sure that everything comes together nicely. I'm pretty sure the floor plan is sound. I'm not sure it's the best floor plan I've ever built, but it'll work just fine for what this house has with it. So hopefully we can just kind of mark everything off and sign off on it and be a-okay. And I can finish this thing off camera and do a tour later on this week. Or maybe next week, depending on, when I have time to actually finish building. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so let's get all these walls built out. I am continuing with the logs, so that's confirmed. We are keeping those because I definitely like the trim of multiple types of block. I think that's something that is really nice. Add some good detail, just so not the walls aren't all just the same color and boring like that. I know that most houses in real life don't have a lot of variety on their walls. I mean, it really just depends. It really does. So this house, we're going a little bit more detailed, and I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's get all this filled in. Again, 2 layers of brown terracotta and then 2 layers of concrete, formerly known as the clay when it comes to the terracotta blocks. Okay, so it's still a little bit tricky to get used to saying that because they've been clay for years. It's literally been years. And it's crazy that it's not clay anymore. It is very weird. It's still weird. We're gonna have to get used to it though. Alright, so again, we're just following pretty much the entire base of this house actually is being turned into wood like that. So we can pretty much do that throughout the whole thing. So it's going to be a little bit of a little tedious, but I think it'll be okay. Again, we're getting all the walls filled in today. That includes fireplaces as well. So this fireplace opening is going to be determined officially on this episode. So let's get all this replaced along this wall as well. Kind of take a step back and see how everything's going to look. It should be real nice though. I think we have a solid plan for this house. All right, so this right here is another wall. So there's going to be a fireplace on this wall. And I think it would probably be a good decision for me to center it right in the middle of the room. One of the nice things that we did about the exterior chimney is I expanded it so we could really place the fireplace wherever we want on this wall. So we can center it perfectly and it'll still align up with the smoke escape route, I guess, up to the top of the chimney and then out into the open air. So it's not going to really like be curving through an imaginary line or something like that. I know not everything has to be completely, the continuity of a build doesn't have to be perfect in Minecraft for things to work, but you know, it's Minecraft. But at the same time, I actually do like trying to make the builds make as much sense from interior to exterior as possible. Sometimes it's hard, you know, when it comes to like chimneys and things like that, just lining them up so it actually makes sense if you were to light a fire. It doesn't always work, but when it does work, it definitely feels a little bit better. Alright, so as far as this fireplace here, we're going to go ahead and grab some bricks if I can find them. It's been so long, I've just been pick blocking everything, so now I don't know where anything is. Here we go. That's a bad habit. So in the middle of this room, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. Alright, so we're going to have a chimney that's probably going to be looking something like this in the middle of that room. And if we punch this open, look at how far back we can go before we actually reach something. So quite far. So that's good. We have plenty of space going back into the wall. We can actually build this into the wall if we want to create extra space in the room. But there's a general outline of where that chimney is going to be. And we're going to do something very similar over here. This one's going to be only 1 block, I believe, instead of 2 in terms of where the fire is going to be. So it'll likely be something like this. I mean, there's always things we can do with it. We can add a glass there so it caters to an odd number better. Or we can actually just have this go 3 blocks wide all the way up. Because this is actually lining up with the outside perfectly. So if we take this and like, you know, punch this open right here, as you can see, there's the chimney right there. So all of this can be turned into bricks. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it could. And right here we want, I believe, a full block. Yeah, we want a full block right there. So got to be careful with that. Don't want to change anything on the outside. This is obviously a very, very wide chimney. I think if you go straight through, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. So this chimney is quite thick indeed. So that'll go straight through all the way up to the ceiling in here. This room is one that we have to work on a little bit because of the vaulted ceiling. This is the only vaulted ceiling in the house that we've determined. So let's spend a little time on this room, make sure that it's perfect, because I don't want to end this episode with this room being, you know, unfinished. That would be no bueno. So I'm going to try my best to, again, get all of these walls filled in and the way I want them by the end of this episode. And I would like to even do a little bit of outlines for driveways, possibly, if I could. That would be nice as well. I'm trying to make the driveway a little bit different from the last 2 houses because of just the way the house is lined up. It's probably going to end up looking kind of similar, you know, not intentionally, but just the way the house is lined up. It kind of goes from garage on the right side, and then, of course, naturally the driveway is going to loop around that and head down to the road, which is, again, exactly the same as the other houses. So I'm going to have to account for that, which is fine. Okay, so right here, we're going to need, let's grab, I don't know if I'm still going to use, I'll keep the potions in my inventory. I'm probably going to use them. Put a block there, since that is going to be our bathroom for the master suite here. And again, not a huge master bathroom, but this is a Tudor style house. It's not like a, you know, a chateau or something, or some illustrious mansion. Just a Tudor style house. Things don't need to be over the top, fancy and large. And I think that actually kind of, you know, plays into the style of this house. All right, so let's continue with these walls. Get this filled in. So the way this is going to work is once we get up to right above the windows here, my plan is to start adding like the ceiling design to this, because it's not just going to go straight up and stop. It's going to be a vaulted ceiling, exactly what you see up there, in fact. So let's do it. I think I'm just going to do something like this. I'm going to run this across here. So we'll kind of have this as a double stack almost. So it'll start from one side of the wall to the next, and this is going to connect up to the ceiling. So hopefully this will work out. I think it will. Let me just make sure that I have these spots lined up. Got to be careful with that. And in here, this is a little tedious trying to find that. There we go. So now this will start to connect to the chimney inside. And again, we'll just keep on taking this up until we find that center point. As you can see, we're getting close. And as far as the way this room's going to be lit, I'm thinking chandelier is kind of a no-brainer. I think that's pretty obvious. We're going to grab dark oak wood logs instead of regular oak logs. That seems to be the theme. I'm telling you, the blocks that have been added to Minecraft in the last year or two really cater to Tudor-style houses with the dark oak wood and the concrete. It's a game changer. You can build these houses way better now than you used to be able to back in like 2013 when I built a few of these houses for LD. All right, so we'll start to turn this down here. So you might be wondering, like, a lot of this space up here is kind of pointless since the ceiling of the bathroom doesn't really go up very high. And the reason why we're just going to have empty space up there, well, actually, it might not be empty space. I might honestly add another room up here. I could definitely sneak in an extra room right there, no doubt about it. So I think I might just do that. And maybe we can make this room here like just a bigger bathroom, and then have the closet on that side. I think that works. I think that works out really good, actually. All right, so let's continue. I'm going to actually do something like this. I'm gonna have dark oak wood actually run through here and almost be double stacked above the windows, just to add a little bit more to this place. Have this go across here and connect to there. And then I guess this would go across, no, not right there. It'd be right here along this line, and it'll stop there. All right, so next up we gotta replace these blocks with our brown concrete. Get that filled in. As far as this right here, we can just break, no, this is gonna be double stacked here, so we can put that in. Let's go ahead and do our 2 sets of brown terracotta, and then our brown concrete. Fill this in from log pillar all the way down. It's all starting to come together. I'm hoping that this room turns out the way I want it, because I was a little worried about this room from the floor plan, just because it's not a huge room, but it does have a tall ceiling, so gotta be careful. One thing that I'm noticing is that this right here is actually a little bit of a problem, because this is going to go down, so it's actually right above this. Huh. All right. It's kind of a problem, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, because we can just move it in one, and it should work. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this go here instead, so it starts right above that log lining, and then it'll start to get filled in from there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm actually gonna cut the video for this, guys, since I kind of have the idea. So now it's really just about me filling in these blocks and adding a little bit of light to this room, because it's very dark in here. So I'm gonna get the rest of this room filled in, and we can move on to something else. All right, so here's how this room ended up looking. I love it. I think it looks great. Vaulted ceiling. This is gonna be a good spot for a master bedroom. I'm either going to put the bed in that corner or in front of this window. I haven't decided yet, or maybe even in that corner. There's a lot of options. But this is a big enough room, and I think it turned out great. So let's move on to some other spaces. As far as the first floor here, we have almost everything filled out. So let's get the rest of these rooms filled in, and we can move on to the second floor. So let's do it. As far as the garage is concerned, I'm not 100% sure how I want it to come together. I think the way I'm going to do it is something like this. I'm going to start off with my trim of logs, as I've been doing. So we'll start off with that. And I think I might even bring out some stone brick for the garage. Could be an option. So we'll do something like that. Get this all filled in here. And we'll run this straight across as well. And of course, all of this turns into wood, but then it starts to really come together once you add the brown terracotta on top of that. As far as this window is concerned, it's going to be the same as the one that we did over here. So if I want to make that the same, I can. I haven't decided yet, though. Have not. So we're going to have to make that decision pretty soon. But again, let's go ahead and get this all filled in. 2 layers of this going straight across. I think this is going to be so nice when it's done. Again, the first floor plan actually has a lot of signs already placed down. So for example, right there's a bathroom, laundry room right next to the garage, which makes a lot of sense. Typically, you know, most houses that you see will have bathroom and a laundry room pretty much right when you walk into the garage. I know my house has that. You know, many houses that I've been inside, that's almost a standard, it seems, for like traditional house floor plans. You know, Tudor style houses fall under that category as well, where it's like you have your laundry room and then like a small powder room pretty much right next to the garage when you walk in. So I think that's nice. That makes sense. And that leads into, what is this room right here? This is the connector room, which has an office, and then over here is the dining room and the kitchen. Okay. I love this floor plan. I think it turned out good. I like the way it all comes together. Because one of the things about the old Tudor style house I did on LD, I love the exterior of that build just because I love this style of architecture, but I don't know if that's the best floor plan that, you know, I've ever come up with. This one definitely makes a lot more sense, I think. Okay, so there we go. We have that. I love the lining of that, by the way, where I guess the top of the door kind of lines up with the change of block color. I think that's perfect. All right, so we're going to run this across here, kind of create these corridors. Do that. Little archways, I guess, whatever you want to call them. We're going to do, should we do it from this side? Yeah, I think it's probably better from this side. So we'll get all this filled in for the garage. And I'll show you guys what I mean with the stone brick here right now. So I was thinking about getting some of those blocks, if I could find them. Here we go. And I was going to do a lining of stone bricks as kind of the base of the garage. Since it's set up lower than the actual floor plan, it's obviously on you know, pretty much ground level actually. So we can do a lining of stone bricks through here, and then we can continue with our oak logs kind of running around, and that will connect underneath at the windows, and that will run across through the garage doors, which are made out of acacia logs sideways, which I love. So we can run this across there, and connect this right here. And I'm going to do my upside down stair right there. Of course, we're going to do the rest of these blocks to kind of finish off the continuity of things. I'm going with the same color walls for the garage as the interior, which is something I don't always do. I think on the last house we have different colors for most rooms. I'm going to try to keep all the rooms the same color on this house, I think. So that's kind of the plan for this room. I think that looks good. It's 4 different blocks, but this garage looks great. All right, so we'll finish off this room right here. Kind of just get this running across, and then we'll place our door, and I think we're good. I think that fills out the first floor now. Of course, we have to do the basement entrance. I'm trying to decide how I want to do that, because I could do a door and then a staircase. So like a door that you would open up, followed by a staircase. We could do something like that, right? And then the staircase, you walk down to the basement. That's an option. So, for example, we'd have to push that out an extra block like that. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I think it looks a little bit better on that corner. Plus, it creates like 1 block, and then 3 blocks, and then 3 blocks, and then 1 block. So it's kind of got some nice symmetry right there. Okay, we'll go with that. And that, yeah, that's the whole first floor pretty much. We got that filled in. So let's go up to the second level real quick, and we'll work on that as well. This is coming together very well. Alright, so I'm going to start off by just getting the entire second floor base built, and that basically means just putting in all the floors. So I'm going to cut the video for this, and then we'll continue filling these walls in. Alright guys, I'm back. I got the, I guess the floors built. So this is kind of like the official second floor plan look. I just got a bunch of glowstone down so you guys can see what I'm doing, but right now I'm just pretty much working on getting some of these walls built. I kind of just already started, since you guys pretty much know what I'm going to be doing with it anyway. So I'm just starting to work on it and getting all this stuff filled in, get it prepared to be furnished. So things are coming together pretty nice. One thing I have to make sure of is the way that this room is going to be built. It's going to be a little bit different from the rest of the floor. And I also have to actually check a few other things with this, because I think that the ceiling heights of the second floor are actually 1 block shorter than the first floor, so that could change up with like the way things look a little bit. So I have to check on that as well. But I'm just going to kind of wrap up this room first, since this is kind of another one of those vaulted ceilings that need a little bit more attention to make sure that it's just right. I also opened up some space. I believe it's like it's on the other side of the second floor, where it'll be above the master bathroom below, and we can do some designs with that, maybe like an extra closet. I think we already pretty much discussed what we were going to do with that. So this looks pretty good. In here, I think this is the way I want it to be. As far as this wall is concerned, though, this can be changed. We don't need this. This can be changed into our brown blocks. And of course, we have to actually continue with the upside down stairs as well. So I believe all this can be changed without any complications on the exterior. I think. I hope I did this right. Looks like it's good. So again, yeah, let's just get this all filled in here. Just get it all built out. Yeah, but this house is going to be completely filled in by the end of this episode, guys, which is going to be awesome. And then it's pretty much ready to go, ready to be furnished. Okay, so let's continue this. I'm going to do my stairs, going down this side, and we'll fill the rest of this in. Let's get some speed potions so we can do this in like 30 seconds. And of course, we need our log as well, and we're good to go. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think, kind of what we're doing with this. But I thought it'd be nice if you're following along on this tutorial, or well, it's not really a tutorial, on this Let's Build. This is definitely, you know, valuable stuff. Trying to get the floor plan built. You can do your own furnishing, or you can wait for the, I guess, the tour video to kind of see what I did with it. But it's going to be pretty standard interior furnishing. You know, what do you guys would expect? Just like kind of like traditional style furnishing for Minecraft. Nothing too crazy. And I'll try to use, you know, as much as the newer features, I guess, on Xbox as I can. I mean, they're not really that new anymore, but we'll use them. I'll make the interior pretty cool. It'll turn out good. We'll use terracotta blocks as the carpets and things like that. It'll be nice. Glazed terracotta. It's a fantastic block. We got to use it. All right, so these are going to be some separations here. So this is interesting, because the way this room works is kind of weird, actually, because I could actually just have this room be vaulted, and then this room here could just be like a normal ceiling height. So maybe we'll do that instead. But let's actually determine right now how tall the ceilings of this house are going to be. So that actually goes to the outside, so that's a problem. We're going to have to either double stack that. I guess we're going to double stack that, so yeah, let's double stack it. Better to double stack than have the problem linger to the outside of the house. So this will run across here as well, and a couple more of these blocks. Alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to cut the video again. I'm going to fill in the rest of these walls here. I'm going to get the ceilings built. But I'm actually going to show you guys first where I plan on lining up these ceilings. Because again, on the first floor, they're 5 blocks tall. Let's confirm that. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now up here, they're going to be 5 as well because of the lining of the windows. So they have to be 5. So it's going to be the same, 5 blocks on the first and second floor. So things should come together real nicely. This will be a line that will run straight through the whole entire second floor, and we will see how it looks. Alright guys, we have ourselves a finished interior in terms of getting all the walls filled in, except for the basement, of course. So the first floor we've already shown. I'm going to show you guys real quick what the second floor is looking like. So you come up the staircase, kind of have this main entrance area. You can go off to the right or straight ahead. This right here is going to be an office space most likely. So let's go this way first. We have I think this is going to be a hallway bathroom and a hallway closet right there. And you kind of come through here, and there's going to be a bedroom in here with a closet in there and a bathroom in there. And then if you continue through here, this is probably going to be like a recreation room or in here or something like that. I might put like a refrigerator in here. Whoops. And then in here, we might have like a pool table or a game room or something like that. And the vaulted ceiling, I think that would be a good spot for that. We'll have a chandelier in there. And then across the way, if we continue through here and run through this open space, we have 2 rooms. And this is going to be a bedroom with a ensuite closet and bathroom. And then in here is the same thing. Another bedroom. This one only has a bathroom though. So that's kind of how this is going to work. I think it's a pretty solid second floor plan. A little bit of a maze, but I think once everything's built, it'll make a lot of sense. I really like this hallway, the way this one turned out, where you come in here and there's like 2 rooms at the end. I think that looks really good. So that is the going to be the conclusion of this video, guys, and the conclusion of this Let's Build series. So I'm leaving you guys with a completed exterior. I'm leaving you guys with a floor plan and all the walls filled in. So the next time you see this house, guys, it'll be for the tour, where the interior will be completely furnished. We'll have a landscape. I'll put in a basement as well. And we can kind of get some more inspiration from that. So thank you guys for watching this Let's Build series, 8 parts. It's been a lot of fun to build this Tudor style house. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I appreciate the support you guys have given the series. And I will be back on this build in a few days here for the final tour once I get everything finished. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been Danlags. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.